Here we go, going live in 3, 2, 1. Hello, Veritas. I hope you can hear me. Okay, let me know if you can hear me at home. Hello, Jim. Hello, David. And hello, Roger.
Roger.
On tenor, tenor, we have...
You got Mike on the mic.
Mike on the mic. On bass, bass, and soprano.
Good morning, America.
Yes. And then on the keys, we have the one and the only mischievous Jim Roman.
Jimbo Fisher.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, we have Hayden SMR. Thank you. Hello, Hayden. Everybody, I would like to take a minute, actually not a minute, but about 20 seconds to say congratulations on your engagement, Hayden.
Huzzah!
That is fantastic.
I just love Mozart.
Oh, goodness gracious. Hello, Christopher Crippen. Good evening. All right, guys, we are going to jump right in because there's lots to do tonight on not just this rehearsal, but the other rehearsal coming up. All right, we are going to start with Credo. We are going to start with the Credo. After that, we will go into Prayer for Peace. After of which we will go into One Faith, One Hope, One Lord. And then we will finish off with Alleluia. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? All right, guys, we're going to start from the top of Credo to remind ourselves what these things sound like. Are you ready? Mike on the mic. From the top, thank you, Jim. Here we go. 3 and 1, 2.
Credo, credo in unum Te,
1, 2, 3.
et in unum Domino unum.
1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and.
Patrem, patrem, patrem omnipotent.
Lift.
Patrem, patrem omnipotent.
Oh, fantastic. Now, we're going to ask for, actually, we're going to do real fast measure 16 one more time, and I'm going to sing the tenor 1 line, so you have all 3 voice parts at the same time. Okay, we're going to start right on bar 16. Here's our A flat for the basses. Tenor 2s, tenor 1s. Here we go, measure 16. 1 and 2 and.
Patrem, patrem, patrem omnipotent. Patrem, patrem omnipotent.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, guys. Now, we're going to do a little bit of splicing together here. Remember, bar 27 is the same as the beginning, okay? So we're going to skip that. Let's go to bar 38. Et incarnatus est crucifixus resurrexit, resurrexit, resurrexit. Off. Okay? We're going to start on bar 38. Here we go. And we'll just give, I will give a whole measure of 6/8. So normally you get 1, 2, et incarnat, but we'll just go ahead and give you a 6/8 bar so you can feel it. 1, 2, 3, and.
Et incarnatus est crucifixus
And.
resurrexit, resurrexit, resurrexit.
1, 2, 3, off. Fantastic. Thank you. Now, if you take a look at our roadmap, on top of 5, it says DS to measure 3. And then it says comma to coda. That is del segno, which means back to the sign, which happens to be at measure 3. And then we would go back to the first page. We'd start at bar 3. We'd sing, sing, sing until we got to measure 24, right? At which time it says go to page 5. So we're going to pretend like we did all that. And now we've gone back to page 5 at measure 53 at the coda. Okay? And we're going to skip that and we're going to start at bar 55. Okay? Jim, I'm going to ask you to do a quick little thing. Could you start for us at before we go to page 5, so at bar, let's say bar 21, and then so we can hear, so the guys can hear what that's going to sound like to get from bar 21 into page 5. Okay, here we go. Guys, would y'all mind singing right there for us, please, too? Top of page 3, last measure. Okay. There's the A flat, bum, bum, tenor 2, tenor 1. Here we go. 1 and 2 and.
Patrem, patrem, omnipotent.
53. 1, 2, and et
in spiritus sanctum.
Exactly. Now this is a weird little thing, okay? So at bar 53, Jim's just gonna play the piano part for us. All right, here we go. So you're gonna get 53, which happens to be in 6/8. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, et in spiritus sanctum off. Okay? So let's go ahead and start at 53, and we'll start singing at 55. 1, 2, 3, 53.
Et in spiritus
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, off. Good job. Thank you, guys. Now,
in
we're going to do one other thing that's different. So, in 53, we're in 6/8. Jim's also in 6/8, but we're in a different 6/8 than Jim. We are in 2 groups of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But Jim's going to be fun and fancy, and he's going to be in 3 groups of 2. 1 and 2 and T. Okay? So, Jim, would you mind? Jim was helping us out last time, and so we were filling that macro 2. But Jim's going to play it like a macro 3, and we're going to still fill our big 2. So let's start on bar 53 one more time. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and tita, 1 and 2, and
et in spiritus sanctum.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Et in spiritus sanctum.
Yes, fantastic. Now, here's the deal, guys. There's that one little pesky 5/8 bar that we just sang. Sanctum off, right? It's just it's 1 beat less, but make sure that you know that the song is faster than the tune, okay? And then take a look at the top of page 6. It's the same little rhythm. Confitur unum baptisma off, okay? Speak that with me, everybody, at bar 67, please. This is a fun little syncopated. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and ooh. Oh, sorry. We'll start at 67. Top of page 6, third measure, the 4/4 bar. 1, 2, and unum baptisma off. Exactly. Okay. Can we just sing that part for us, Jim? Jim will play. Jim, can you sing and play? Sorry. Everybody's gonna sing. Jim's gonna play. Here we go. Unum. Yes. Here's our E natural. Unum bap. And then we're going up to a F sharp. Here we go. 1, 2, and unum baptisma. 1, 2, 3, off. Okay. So now we're going to take it back to bar 65, guys. Confitur unum bapti. Okay. Here's our F sharp for our confitur. 1, 2, ready, and confitur unum baptisma. Off. Yes. All right, so let's put this all in context now. We're going to start back at bar 55, and we're going to go through the top of page 6. Okay? But in spiritu, 1, 2, 3, bum, bum, bum. Yeah? 2, ready?
5.
Do what?
You said page 6 or page 5?
Page 5, starting at bar 55.
Okay.
Yeah, here we go. And guys at home, if you have a question, it's okay. Start typing. 1, 2, ready.
Et in spiritus
1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, and.
Et in spiritus
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, off. And 1, 2, confitur. 2, 3.
unum baptisma.
1, 2, 3, off. Good. Now the guys made it sound simple. That page turn digitally and maybe even in person on page 5 into page 6 is going to catch us. So we're going to go very slow, just for a quick second. Jim, could you give us bottom of 5, the last 2 measures, and then everybody at home, we're going to start on the top of 6 when we come in, okay? Here we go. So we're going to go a little bit slower. 1, 2, ready, 2, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, confitur. Okay? Let's do that one more time.
Singing or speaking?
Let's sing it. There we go. We're ready, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 1, 2.
Confitur unum baptisma.
1, 2, 3, off. Good. Let's do the same thing a little bit faster. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 1, 2.
Confitur unum baptisma.
1, 2, 3, off. Yes, thank you. Just for kicks and grins, and then we'll put this away. Let's go back to 55, and Jim's going to start at 53 for us. And we're gonna do this entire little chunk all together, one time through. Here we go. Starting at 53, us filling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Jim filling 1 and 2 and T. Ready? 2, here we go. 1, 2, and.
Et in spiritum
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, off, 2, and.
Et in spiritum
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, off, and 1, 2, 3.
confitur
2, and.
unum baptisma.
1, 2, 3, off. Yes. And that's all we need to do on this right now, guys. Thank you. And let's move on. Prayer for peace. All right, so we're going to take a quick look at, we're going to start here on measure 17. Measure 17. We're going to skip a couple of things. Yes, and this is that, where there is darkness, light. Oh, get out. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Everybody, just a quick reminder, in this piece of music, there are only two places, that we have a quarter rest. Everything else is an eighth rest, right? The first one being at the top of page 6, the last measure. That's that word love becomes a dotted half note. And then the other place is at the top of the last page, last measure, after the word peace. Okay? So everybody make that note. If you have to breathe, if there are breath marks anywhere, they're all eighth notes. Okay? Eighth note, eighth rest. Let's start, everybody. Bottom of 4. Here we go. And Casey, let's have you on bass 2, and Mike will have you on tenor 2 when we split. Okay? Where? Everybody else, real fast, when we start this word where, it starts with an oo, but can you put a little aspiration between that? Where there is just for right now, we're getting our air moving. Here we go. 2 and T and 4.
Where there is darkness, light.
2 and lift.
And where there is sadness, joy.
Lift.
O divine Master, grant that
Lift.
I may not so much see
2 and a lift.
to be
And all tempo.
as to
Lift.
to be understood as to understand.
Lifting and 3. Here comes the quarter rest. 1, 2, 3, and.
For it is in giving
Lifting.
that we receive.
Lift.
It is in pardon
Lift.
that we are
Lift.
and it is in time
And lift.
that we are born to eternal
1 and 2 and lift.
eternal life, eternal life. Lord, make me an instrument of thy name. Make me an instrument of thy
1 and 2, lift, off.
an instrument
3 and 4, lift. Lift. And then we'll hold peace. We're not going to sing that right now. Now, if you're wondering what just scared me half to death, and probably all the singers here, we have a ghost key on the keyboard that very occasionally will just randomly, I don't even know what. I don't know. I looked over at Jim, and Jim was like, oh. So if that scared you at home like it scared me, then you probably want to go back and do parts of these again. Real fast, I want a quick reminder for everybody. So starting at 31, we're moving ahead just a tick, right? Yeah? So we don't want this to become laborious. When we get to measure 40, okay, actually on the top of 7, after the word pardoned, we're going to lift, yeah? We are pardoned And it is in dying lift that we are born to eternal life. Lift, eternal life. Lift, eternal. Then we're doing our thing, okay? Let's start and isolate a couple of parts. Can we just have the tenor 2, please?
Sure.
And we'll start at top of 7, bar 38, beat 3. This is literally, and it is, and dying. And I'll sing tenor 1. Okay, here we go. There's the tenor 2. There's the tenor 1. 1 and 2. And it is in dying lift that we are born to eternal life. Eternal life. Eternal life.
Lord, make me an
Good.
instrument.
Fantastic. Okay, so at that point, let's go back real fast and let's add in our bass 2 right there. Same place, okay? Here we go. Tenor 2 and bass 2. Starting top of 7, measure 38, beat 3. Hello, Andy and David Carter. It is better late than ever. We're good. Here we go. And it is, 1 and 2.
And it is in dying
Lift.
that we are born to eternal life.
And 2 and lift.
Eternal
Lift.
life.
2, 3, 4, and off. Good. And we know what we're doing there. Okay, everybody make sure we're singing eternal and not eternal. Okay? And then also the word eternal, right? We have a tendency to clamp down on the sound of eternal, and we don't want that, right? So keep it open. Change the more to a schwa, which is an yeah? Eternal. That's what we're looking for, okay? All right, let's do that once more because I think this is probably one of the hardest seams in this piece, okay? And I'm going to add the tenor 1 to this. So we'll have bass 2, tenor 2, and tenor 1, okay? Here we go. Same place, top of 7, measure 38, beat 3. Bum, 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 and, 1 and 2.
And it is in dying
Lift
that we are born to eternal life. Eternal life. Eternal life. Lord, make me.
Good. All right, that's all we're going to do on that. I think that is an important part to just go over and make sure you guys have in your head, okay? All right, let's move on. One faith, one hope, one Lord. One faith, one hope, one Lord. Is that D major? Dadgummit. Bum ba da dee da dee.
Sharp major.
Now, real fast, everybody. Measure 11 into measure 12. To him who was and is and shall be evermore. Make sure we do that. Can we just do that, guys, and sing that once right there? This is pick up into bar 12. This should be added into your prayers at night before you go to sleep. You should just hum this little thing right before you go to bed. Here we go. 3 and
To him who was and is and shall be
and 3 and yes, fantastic. Okay, you should be able to just go dee 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 at this point. Yes, yes. All right, guys, let's go ahead and start right where you come in. And a quick reminder, right? So we have one faith, one hope, one Lord. Ba dee dia dee dee, dia dee da dee, dia da 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 dee. Right. So remember, we're being dynamic with this. Don't be static. It's not syllabic. Think of this as a soloistic line, right? But that you have to all agree upon the same thing, which is arguably more difficult than anything else, okay? Here we go. Pick up to bar 8, please. Bum. 4, 3, and...
One faith, one hope, one Lord, one church for which he died, one voice, one song, we lift in praise to him who was and is and shall be
Release the sound. Yeah, good. All right, so that's the first thing I just want us to take home, copy and paste, okay, guys? And when we get down to that lower register, right, we just went up to the da-da-da-dee-da-dee-da, and once you drop down, dee-da-da-dee, make sure you're not just planting and parking, right? We don't want that. Evermore. Notice the direction my hand went when we start the onset. It doesn't go down, it goes back up, right? So keep the buoyancy in your sound. All right, now let's take a look at the next part, please. This is measure 16. Remember we talked about this is like chant-like. We're going back to unison. Da-dee-da-dee-da-da-dee-da, and then backing off, okay? Here we go, measure 16. Here's your E natural. There is 1, 3, and 4, and
There is one body, one spirit, as you were called to one hope. Our Lord baptism and faith, one God and Father of one God and Father of one God and Father of all, who is in you all.
all right. So, a couple things. One, Casey was extremely strategic and just gave all the basses and baritones everything they needed to know about picking your battles, right? So on 27, he said, I'm going to sing this, but I'm not going to, this isn't my battle to fight. I'm going to let the tenors carry this B natural, right? So guys at home, who is in you all? Make sure that you're picking your battles. Let the tenors float it. You guys stay untethered, okay? One other thing, we'll work backwards. We don't want in you are, right? We don't want that. So make sure, remember, when we're going from smaller vowel shapes to larger ones, that's going to mechanically manufacture more sound because all of a sudden the orifice has grown in shape, right? So make sure that you are being actively aware of that and that you know that when my mouth is going to open larger, I'm going to need to make sure that I'm tapering my sound to where it doesn't stick out of context, right? This is super critical stuff, but make sure in you we want it to seem seamless, okay? All right, let's take a quick look, please, at we're actually going to go to the back page, everybody, to the last page, and we're going to start at, this is actually page 7 for Jim. This is measure 46, where the tempo 1 is, okay? And then we're going to go and do our thing and keep the same splits, okay? Here we go, guys, starting at measure 46. Page 7, bottom system, last 2 measures. 3 and 4 and 3 and 1, 2, 3 and
One faith, one one faith, one church for which he died, one voice, one song we lift in praise to him who was and is and shall be
2, 3 and
evermore. One
and we're not going to make these guys hold forever and a day, okay? Oh, Lord, there went my chair. All right, so notice, everybody, that is essentially, it's a play on the beginning, right? So where the bass is, guys, believe this or not, you get to carry the torch at first. So now, bass twos, real fast. Could we start Casey? And now, yep.
Probably do that third thing.
Yes, that little thing. So here we go. Let's go ahead and start. Actually, it wouldn't hurt just to do the pick up to 48. Bum, bum, bum. And we'll just do the bass part. Here we go. 3 and...
One faith, one hope, one Lord, one church for which he died, one voice, one song, we lean into it. In praise to him who was and is and shall be.
2 and 3 and 4. Good. And that we don't need to do anything else after that. But now here's the deal. Casey made this sound easy, but the measure 52, everybody at home, the octave jump is not necessarily going to be as difficult, but when you get to the is and shall be, that little thing, bass twos, you're just skipping all over the place. And here's one of the places where I would love for you to let the tenors and the baritones fight your battles for you, okay? So what you can do is, what's that G sharp? Yeah. Yeah, that thing. Him. Where's the G sharp? Here it is. Okay, thank you. Him who was and is ever. And come back in on ever, and I'm not going to sing that G sharp again. No, I'm not. Okay?
Craig Courtney was not thinking because that's going to sound so much louder when we all sing unison.
Most certainly. So, guys at home, remember, him who was and is, bass twos done ever. Evermore. Then you can come in, okay? All right, everybody at home, make sure you make that note, please. All right, let's do the baritone line right here, because I think you guys need a little love too. All right, here we go. Pick up the 48, same thing. When we get to the splits, go to the baritone. Here we go. 3 and...
One faith, one hope, one Lord, one hope for which he died, one voice, one song, we lift in praise to him who was and is and shall be.
2 and 3 and... lift. Exactly. Okay? All right. Thank you guys for covering that. And that's all we need to do on that. And let's take a quick look at Alleluia. 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 Ah. Okay? All right. Here we go, guys. And tenor 2.
I
And
don't have the bass one line in me today. I'm just going to be honest with you.
that is completely okay. All right, let's do tenor 2 and bass 2, and I will kerfunkle around on the baritone line. Here we go. See natural, Casey, hold your first pitch. Baritone. Here we go. 1, 2, and. Hallelujah, 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 Good, let's stop right there. All right, now, real fast, I want to do a quick tenor 2 thing for a second, guys. Let's start, please, at measure 9. This is the tenor 2 line, and let's actually have Jim, could you fill in the rest of the parts right there on measure 9? And we'll do just tenor 2 with Mike.
Okay.
Here we go. 1, 2, and. Fun times. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Off. Good. And then we're back home, right? So, same thing right there. Let's do that again with the tenor 2. And Jim, can I have you isolate? Actually, we'll have Casey sing the bass 2. And let's have Jim just play the baritone line. Okay? So, Mike's on tenor 2. Casey's on bass 2, Jim is on baritone. Here we go, measure 9. 1, 2, and. Off. Good. And then we're back into the beginning. Okay? So make sure we have that locked in at home. If you need any help on that, we can go farther into the weeds later. Okay? I just wanted to go back and do a quick check on that. Everybody, let's take a quick look, and then we'll be done with this. Let's take a quick look at bottom of 6. Bottom of 6. So this is picking up into bar 42. Pick up into bar 42. So that's the last alle. Yes, and that bass 2 line right there, Alleluia, 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 Alleluia. The basses are like the engine, right?
Give me a measure number again, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. This is measure number 41.
Okay.
Last 2 beats.
Okay.
Yes, and let's have tenor 2, I'll sing baritone, and we'll let Casey on bass 2. All right, here's our A flat for the bass 2. Baritone. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hallelujah. And then we're good. We're not doing that yet, okay? That 6/4 bar, that's gonna be when we're in person. We're not doing that digitally or virtually, okay, guys? I just wanted to make sure we had a couple of those sections in this that are just, they're seams, and if we don't have them, then it's gonna make life difficult, okay? Guys, thank you so much for the rehearsal tonight. There will be no Zoom because we have to get off of here and get swapped over for the chancel rehearsal, but I will see you all next week virtually, I think. Okay, all right, everybody. I will see you next week.
Asta.